Good day! For 86 years, the Girl Scouts of the Philippines has helped shape generations of young Filipinas into leaders, community builders, and agents of positive change. Through scouting, girls learn valuable life skills, develop confidence, and embrace the spirit of service. But before we get into today's conversation, grab your cookie and your cup of coffee and dip it to join us on Freshly Brewed, where compelling conversations brew between fascinating guests and BusinessMirror's journalist host. For this episode, we celebrate the legacy of Girl Scouting and discuss how the movement continues to empower young women in a rapidly changing world. To share her experiences and insights, let's listen into the conversation between Miss Marielle Lia Annika D de Guzman, National Outstanding Troop Leader for 2025, and our very own Justine Garcia, BusinessMirror's Macroeconomy reporter.
Not every lesson is learned in a classroom. Some are learned through service, others through leadership, teamwork, and the experience of taking on responsibilities at a young age. For generations of Filipino girls, those lessons have come through scouting. Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Freshly Brewed. I am Justine Garcia, Macroeconomy reporter of BusinessMirror. Today, we're speaking with someone who has dedicated herself to helping young girls discover their potential through scouting. Joining us today is Ms. Marielle Lia Annika D. Guzman of the Pasay City Council, who was recently named the National Outstanding Troop Leader for 2025. Ms. Marielle, good morning. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Kumusta po?
Well, ito, busy na kasi we are preparing for the opening of the school year.
And since we're here to talk about the Girl Scouts, of course, we have to start with the GSP recently celebrated its 86th anniversary.
Yes.
When you look at the organization's long history, what does this milestone mean for the organization?
I think this milestone is, it reminds us the legacy of those who came before us.
And that's really beautiful. If I may just share, I was part of the Girl Scouts when I was in elementary, I think. And yes, tama ka dun, ma'am. Kasi parang before I remember, I was really a shy student back then that, I won't even lead or volunteer myself to do something. But after joining Girl Scouts, well, I became so active. I even became a patrol leader and Scout of the Year. So talagang Girl Scouts are, really helping young women to hone their talents and lead in their own way. So, but, kasi right now we are in a very different world compared to when the organization started. So, ngayon, why do you believe the values and principles of scouting remain relevant today, especially at this time?
Because in a fast-changing world, it's the Girl Scout promise and law. It is relevant today to remind the girls that service, leadership, and kindness is very important and always timeless. Kaya dapat ngayon mga bata, always choose to be kind. Kasi when we choose to be kind, hindi naman ibig sabihin na we debunk yung tama. Diba? It's like choosing to be kind with compassion.
Right. And it's very important kahit na ngayon na kahit sobrang fast-paced na and digital first na yung mundo, right? And you've had the opportunity to see that impact up close through the years. Can you please take us back to the beginning? How did scouting first become part of your life?
I think it's been so long. But I started when I was in 4th grade. Okay, so it is actually, no one actually explained to me what Girl Scouting is. Right? So, syempre pag sinabi ng teacher, okay, you have to pay this amount and you will have an ID and buy uniform. Of course, for a student, Daddy, bili tayo uniform. So when I wore the uniform when I was in 4th grade, it's like, I'm a high-ranking official. It's like an immunity when you enter the school. So that's the only thing that I know. It's wearing the uniform, having the badges. But despite of the limited explanation to me what Girl Scouting is, I was actually the Girl Scout chairman in high school. But when you were in college, kasi there's no Girl Scouting.
Yes.
And I don't even know that we can actually still join.
Really?
So, yes, until 21 years old, you can still be a cadet Girl Scout. And pag lumagpas ka na sa age na yun, they call you tita. Yeah, just like us, right?
Okay.
So when I started in DepEd, that's the start of me being a troop leader. But again, if you enter the department, it's like, oh, all new teachers, you have to join this organization. You are the one who's being sent in the training and everything in between. So I joined the Girl Scout, and that's the start of my Girl Scouting journey as a troop leader.
And speaking of being a troop leader, at what point did you realize you wanted to become one and, mentor young girls?
Honestly, at first it is like a requirement. So the inspiration doesn't, you cannot find it in the beginning. But as I started working with the girls along the way, I was working with them, learning with them, discover things with them, and even cry with them. There goes the inspiration. This is what I want. It feels natural already. As I told other titas, it doesn't feel like an obligation to me. It's like a part of my life it's part of my life like toothbrushing, toothbrushing my face. So it's like a part of me already. When you woke up, okay, Girl Scout, Girl Scout, Girl Scout, like that.
You learned to embrace it.
Yes.
And was there a particular experience in your scouting journey that helped shape the kind of leader you are today?
Maybe just looking at my girls. As I told you before, I'm handling Girl Scout with special needs. So it's a different impact on me. So I said, they are my inspiration already. So it helps me to shape what kind of leader I am. I'm more understanding, more flexible. I just want to show them that it's okay if you lack something. It's okay to commit mistake. It's okay that you're different from others. Because if they see to you, it's okay to my tita, it's okay, I can try. It radiates the confidence, the love for the movement. It slowly or naturally radiates to them.
And how is it for you to lead students that are deaf? Because of course it's very different compared to those who are hearing, right?
Well, they always tell us that, siguro ang hirap ng ginagawa ninyo. But it is the last thing that we think about because yung saya, it's more masaya. And if there's a word beyond masaya, that would be the best description for what we feel. Yeah, hirap is part of life. But when we choose to see positive things and we choose to find happiness in everything we do, that hirap will be invisible to us.
Right. You really found your calling there.
Yes.
And, perhaps those experiences help explain why you were recently named National Outstanding Troop Leader for 2025, which is congratulations
Thank
for
you.
that. What was your reaction when you learned about the recognition?
To be I'll just be honest. My initial reaction was because, as I said, it's a natural thing for me. So, being an outstanding, everyone can be outstanding, right? So, my initial reaction, talaga ako. I didn't believe, even I have the letter already, saying congratulatory message. Even in the awarding venue, all the titas are, congratulations, you're the outstanding troop leader. It doesn't sink in yet. And even now, oh, I'm the outstanding troop leader. Because I know there are a lot of troop leaders who are way better than me. So everyone can be outstanding. So until now, it's really difficult for me to believe.
Right. Kumbaga, winning the award is just an added bonus, kumbaga, because, the real deal is focusing on your initiative, on what you believe in, which is to, serve the community. And, when people hear about an award, they often see the recognition,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
But behind it are years of work and countless interactions with young people. So, what do you think this award says about the girls you have mentored through the years?
Sabi ko nga, it doesn't really talk about us, but it talks about the girls that we mentored. You know, the struggles, the challenges, the excitement they feel whenever they do the project. So without them, I wouldn't be named as the outstanding troop leader. So I owe it to them. It's about them and it's for them.
Is there a particular story or experience with your troop that continues to remind you why this work matters?
Maybe I would share our very first Chief Girl Scout with Disability. And I believe she's also the first Chief Girl Scout with Disability in the whole Philippines. So that first special program that we handled, that's the real challenge. That's the real struggle. And every time I remember it, it still gives me chills and teary-eyed because now that girl is successful already. Until now, she's coming back. Mom, I will help with the project. And looking at them, oh, this is where I started. This is where we started. So I will continue to do the same thing with the new girls now. Because look at this girl. Keep coming back. Keep helping again. It adds to me that, oh, I did something good in my life.
Right.
Something like that.
So it really goes to show that scouting changes people's lives.
Yes.
I mean, in different ways, and it's really beautiful that it has a domino effect.
Yes.
The kids that you mentored, they will soon mentor other kids in the
Yeah.
future. That's really nice. And what did that experience teach you about the kind of impact a troop leader can have on a young person's life? I mean, you already mentioned that a while ago, but it would be great to emphasize more.
I think for the troop leaders, handling those kind of girls, you will really discover more about yourself. You thought that you are already patient, you're already flexible and understanding. But when you have that kind of girls, you have to add more. You have to add more because those girls, they came from different, different families, different backgrounds. So you have to wear a lot of hats when you're handling them. As I mentioned before, when they asked me to deliver a speech, be a parent when they need one. Be a kaibigan or tropa when they need a shoulder to cry on. And be a rich tita for them to support the Girl Scouting activities and special programs.
That's included. No, but it really goes to show that troop leaders play a really important part in honing the values of young girls. And one of the core missions of scouting is, of course, developing future leaders. From your experience, how do you think scouting help young girls develop leadership, confidence, and even resilience?
Maybe because in Girl Scouting, they give a lot of opportunities, for the girls to discover themselves, especially in this world where they ask for their identity too early. So it's not slow, but they're giving the girls time to discover themselves, to learn about themselves, to learn from other people. So I think that's very important because now some girls, they're confused. Ano bang gagawin ko? What will I do with my life? Because a lot of pressure around them.
Right.
And in Girl Scouting, no, you can do it on your own time, on your own pace. So especially with the girls that we are handling, they need their own pace. And the Girl Scouting is very open for that and very understanding for that.
So, kumbaga, you don't really dictate on what the girl should do, but you just more of guide them on
Yes.
ganito yung pacing mo, things like that. And speaking of that, we're now living in a digital first world where young people spend so much time online. So, what does scouting offer that girls may not find elsewhere?
Maybe what is unique with the movement is it remained a girl-led and girl-centered movement, but it doesn't debunk the gender equality.
Of course.
Yeah, it doesn't debunk the gender equality. But when we say equality kasi, it doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing. You have to be in the same spaces. But it reminds that you have unique needs to be addressed. And you have a space for that where you will feel comfortable. And in digital age where everything is being compared, everything is being posted, that's the reason about the girls, what you can do, I can do it also. But sometimes we need safe space
Right.
for them. It doesn't mean that kayang gawin nila. No, you have a unique need. That's why Girl Scouting is a very safe space for the girls to have their voice, to share their struggles, and to be a leader.
And speaking of that safe spaces, well, can we put it this way na parang the scouting movement offers a more of a grounded reality amid all the online noise. I mean, at this point kasi parang there are nabanggit mo nga kanina, the girls might be so confused sometimes on what they should do and should they follow this or that. So, kumbaga parang compass yung Girl Scouts movement.
So in Girl Scout movements, guys, Girl Scout movement, it's giving them a lot of ideas and choices on how can they lead, how can they share their voice. Sabi nga, di ba, it's all over the pressure. So in Girl Scout, okay, pacing. So that's why we had a Twinkler, Star,
Right.
Junior. So it's a pace. So it's not a race. Okay, they have their own time to discover more about themselves.
And I'm sure you have mentored a lot of young girls already. So I'm just curious, when the girls under your guidance grow into adulthood, what are the values or lessons you hope they will carry with them for the rest of their lives?
Okay, I will try to connect this with the digital age. I hope they will not measure their worth in how many likes, how many comments,
Nice.
how many followers they have. And I hope they will understand that position, titles, they don't need that to serve. And when they lead, please learn first how to serve. Because if you don't know how to serve, especially in this world where everyone wants to lead, you should learn how to serve because you will know the experiences of those people who you serve. So before leading, please learn how to serve.
Kumbaga, sana dalhin nila kung ano man yung natutuhan nila, no, sa scouting.
Yes.
And as the organization moves beyond its 86th year, what opportunities excite you most about the future of Girl Scouting in the Philippines?
Of opportunity.
Yes.
Okay, I'm from SPED. Maybe the embracing the deeper meaning of inclusion. Especially now there are a lot of misdefinition of inclusion, which actually hurts us so deep. So the Girl Scout movement, I really felt the inclusivity here. Why? Because do you know the quote that diversity is you were invited in the dance party. But when we say inclusion, you are asked to dance. So that's what I felt, what we felt in the movement.
So, it's not a mere representation, kumbaga?
Yes. Hindi ka lang nakaupo dyan na kasama sa picture may inclusion. It's not that. But they are really engaging you. You are participating. And they are hearing you.
And at the same time, well, of course, get mo na yung opportunity to, really define the inclusivity inside the scouting movement. What do you think naman are the challenges the organization will need to navigate to continue connecting with future generations?
Maybe to stay relevant in the fast-changing world and the fast-changing interests of the girls, to remain relevant to this to the goals of the girls. Okay, kailangan pa ba nilang Girl Scouting? Kailangan pa ba nila kami? With the digital age, ang dami mo nang pwedeng one click away. Meron na. Paano namin masusustain yung pagiging relevant ng Girl Scouting?
And just to follow up on that, so how is the Girl Scouts adapting to that, to the fast-paced world of girls na ang dami ng gusto at iba na din yung gusto nila?
What I really about is when we have meetings or plannings, they are inviting girls from different ages, like from Twinkler, from junior until cadet, they ask them, ano yung gusto ninyo? So directly from them, nakukuha nila, ito yung gusto nila. Of course, we are trying to go on with the flow, but not losing the tradition that gave us
Right.
purpose and not losing our identity.
And I guess that circles back to the inclusivity.
Yeah.
Kasi, you don't just put out there a certain track for the girls, but you also hear from them para
Yeah.
maintindihan kung ano yung kailangan nila. And for parents who may be considering introducing their daughters to scouting, what would you want them to know? Kasi, of course, ngayon, sabi mo nga, parang kailangan mas maging relevant yung movement.
Well, in my experience, actually, it's not only about the relevance, but yung fear ng parents to send their children out to experience the world. Well, I'm not yet a parent, but I do understand the fear of the parents na, baka may mangyari or what. But, you know what, if we are not going to try to let our girls to explore, how can they understand the world? So it's okay, it's a safe space. It's for them an opportunity to learn, to discover more about themselves and also discover different culture. Of course, just like what I've said, they are from different provinces, from different backgrounds. So it boils down to flexibility. They will learn flexibility because they will know different people and they will know how to adjust from that different people.
And finally, when you look at the next generation of Filipino girls, what is your biggest hope for them?
I hope you continue to serve. Even there's no cameras, there's no recognition or what, all the service that we do, those recognitions are just secondary. Okay? Always be, sabi nga nila, gamitin ng puso at utak, but sometimes it's the heart. It's the heart that works well, especially when we do services.
Ms. Marielle, it has been a great discussion with you, but before we let you go, I want to end with this. After 86 years of service, leadership, and empowerment, if someone asks you to describe the Girl Scouts of the Philippines in just one sentence, what would you say?
Girl Scouting is a strong movement who knows and embraces the deeper meaning of inclusivity.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ms. Marielle, for your time and for sharing your story with us today. Your journey reminds us that scouting is about more than badges, activities, or even outdoor adventures. It is about helping young people discover their strengths, develop their character, and learn the value of serving others. 86 years after it began, the Girl Scouts of the Philippines continues to show that investing in girls today helps build the leaders, community builders, and change makers of tomorrow. Once again, I'm Justine Garcia of BusinessMirror. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again here on Freshly Brewed.
And that wraps up today's episode of Freshly Brewed. Thank you for joining us, and we hope today's conversation gave you a greater appreciation of the role scouting plays in developing confident, compassionate, and capable young leaders. As we've learned, the values of leadership, service, and community remain as relevant today as they were 86 years ago. Imagine that! Stay informed, stay inspired, and make smarter choices every day with BusinessMirror. For the latest stories and updates, visit BusinessMirror and follow us on our social media channels. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, alright? Stay ahead, no more, and see you next time.